Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails from Zero. We are in the downtown district and we are in the middle of the case of the gangs of Crossbell. Which basically means that one on each side got knocked into the hospital and now they want to try and kill each other. We think that is a little bit suspicious, so we think something else is going on. I think it has something to do with the, let's just say, real estate in this region, because it's already a very dilapidated area. So if the gang fights arise even more, the price will drop down tremendously, and then maybe someone, a third party, might want to buy up all the places. Like, I don't know for sure if that's the case, but there's definitely a third party involved here. I just don't know which kind. So let's okay. At the end of the last episode, of course, we met Grace, who had, of course, maybe a clue for us, but the only price we needed to pay was going to have dinner with her in East Town. So that's one thing we definitely want to do today. So let's head towards that direction. And before I want to go into that place where she supposedly is, which I think is this building over here, wait. That restaurant over there is the one the reporter told us about. We'll need to get information one way or another, so let's hear her out this one time. Okay, what I was about to say is that I wanted to go by the Bracer Guild, because we already did like 2 support requests already, and I was thinking maybe we can show the guy over there and see if he has a quest or 2 to do for us before we continue onwards. But apparently Lloyd just wants to get things done, so let's go talk to her. And who knows, maybe get a little bit of food in as well. I work as a delivery driver and I gotta make round trips out to Culver daily. To be honest, it can be pretty taxing. Isn't there any place around here that has cheap rent? City Hall told me to look in this area, but I haven't found anything. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on you, just in case you need our help.
やっぱり来てくれたわね。ほら座って座って。お姉さんがご馳走してあげるから。
それなんですけど、食事は遠慮しておきますよ。代わりに話を聞かせてください。
何よ、いいじゃない。
Well, we're kinda on a timed schedule, cause those 2 gangs want to kill each other, and the sooner we resolve this, the better.
それとも何？僕たちは警察の偉い人みたいに賄賂は受け取らないぞってこと？
Good point. Didn't even think about that.
俺は別におごってくれるなら喜んで。
私も別に貸しを作るのでなければ。まあ、そうね。常識の範囲内なら問題はないと思うけど。
I think we've just been working too long and they're all just hungry. And Lloyd just wanna get things done.
潔癖症なのはロイド君だけみたいね。硬いばっかりだと捜査官として大成しないぞ。
わかりましたよ。
Well, Grace, I think what Lloyd is trying to do is not to bend too much, because if you bend a rod too much, in the end it will break. And I'm pretty sure he wants to prevent that as much as he can.
ただし、酒はなし。それならごちそうになります。
おいしい。かなり腕の立つコックがいるみたいね。なかなか美味です。
しかしこんなうまい料理に酒がないなんてありえねえぜ。
I get you, Andy. I do.
なあロイド、せっかくのおごりだしちょっとくらいいいだろう。
ダメだって。こっちは仕事中なんだから、どこかでけじめはつけないと。
はいはい。ったくうちのリーダーは固いね。
ランディさんが柔らかすぎるのではないかと。そうね。 さすがに仕事中にお酒はどうかと思うわ。
面白いわね、あなたたち。点でバラバラな顔ぶれなのにどこかまとまってるっていうか、なかなかいいチームみたいね。
褒めても何も出ませんよ。それより旧市街での事件に関してはさっき一通り話した通りです。あなたが持っている欠けたパズルのピース。
I'm hoping it's about the potential third party involved.
そろそろ話してくれませんか？
もし嫌だって言ったら
Then this will be the last time we try to cooperate at all, Grace. And I don't think that's what you want.
グレイスさんのことを今後一切信用しないだけです。
Exactly.
お話をする機会も今日で最後になるでしょうね。
嘘本気にしちゃやーよ。でもその毅然としたところは結構いいわね。優しげなマスクとのギャップがなかなかそそるっていうか。
さてみんな、そろそろ捜査に戻ろうか。
ええ、そうね。
ごちそうさまです。
ああ、冗談だってば。パズルのピースでしょ、ちゃんと話してあげるから。まず前提として、
At the beginning, it all depends on how much you know, Grace.
あなたたちルバーチェって知ってる？
Not yet.
その名前は。
なんだ二人とも豆鉄砲食らったような顔をして。
ルバーチェ商会。クロスベル市で認可された法人に。
表向きは認可された法人を名乗ってるわ。だけどその実態は昔からクロスベルの裏社会を支配しているマフィア
Well,
よ。
that would be a valid third party that want to buy up real estate. Who knows, maybe they want to buy it to make a casino or something.
マフィア。犯罪組織というわけですか。
なるほど、そういうのがいるって噂は聞いたことはあるが、ロイドとお嬢は知ってたみたいだな。
ああ、クロスベルに住んでいたら嫌でも耳にする名前だからな。
いろいろなコネクションを持っている組織みたいね。有力者とのつながりもあるから警察も簡単に手が出せないって聞いたことがあるけど。
Well, maybe the SSS can, eventually.
なるほど、裏社会はどこの国も同じか。
そのルバーチェがどうかしたんですか？
それなんだけどね、最近ルバーチェの構成員が妙な動きを見せてるらしいのよ。どこか忙しそうっていうか、積極的に動いているっていうか。それで私も暇を見ていろいろ調べているんだけど。
マフィアが忙しそうに動いている。
どう考えてもいい予兆ではなさそうですね。あなたが旧市街に来ていたのももしかしてそれと関係が。
そういうこと。ある筋から聞いたんだけど、半月ほど前マフィアの構成員が旧市街をうろついていたらしくてね。しかも人目を避けるように質素な格好をしていたらしいのよ。何かあると思わないかしら。
匂うな。
なあ、プンプンする。
2つの不良グループが同時に起こすのは難しいと思われていた2件の闇討ち。そこに新たな第3の容疑者が現れたわけね。
Just like I proposed. I could be a detective too, I'm sure. Maybe not a very good one, but I definitely have the makings for it.
でもおかしいです。なぜマフィア組織が不良グループのメンバーをわざわざ闇討ちに？
My opinion? Real estate?
なあ、問題はそこだ。何らかの敵対関係があるなら話は単純なんだけど。
Oh, I don't think it's that simple.
私の知る限りそういったいざこざは今までなかったんだけどね。
Because in most cases like this, it's almost always about money.
同じ暴力的なところはあってもマフィアはプロだし、不良たちは所詮アマチュア。 利害が絡むわけでもないから対立する接点がないのよね。
じゃあどちらかのグループが相手を潰すためにマフィアと手を組んだってのはどうだ？その場合自分とこの闇討ちは偽装ってことになるだろうが。
そこまでやるかしら。
ああ、少なくともあのワジとバルドの2人にそこまでの険悪さはなかったな。どちらかというとなんとなくお互いを認め合ってるような。
あら鋭いじゃない。私の知る限りあのバルド君とワジ君はいい喧嘩相手って感じなのよね。もともとあの旧市街にいたのはバルド君のサーベルバイパーだけだったんだけど、そこに2年くらい前あのワジ君がふらりと現れてテスタメンツを結成したのよ。当然バルド君たちに絡まれて締め上げられそうになったんだけど。
ひょっとして
そうなのよ。
Well, you did lead into it a little bit. Even I could follow that.
ワジ君ああ見えて格闘術をやってるみたいでね。目にも止まらぬパンチとキックで油断してたバルド君を叩きのめしちゃったらしいの。
あら、意外です。
はあ、あんな可愛い顔してそんなに強かったのかよ。
あのバルドも相当なものだったけど。
まあ最初は油断しただけでその後は何度かやり合ってほぼ互角の勝負みたいだけどね。でもそういう経緯があるからお互い認め合っているみたいよ。
なるほど、ライバルというわけですね。
となるとマフィアを利用して相手を潰そうって線はなしか。
そうだな、2人とも人望は厚そうだから手下の暴走じゃなさそうだし。そうなると
私としたことがサービスしすぎちゃったかな。他の取材があるからこれで失礼させてもらうわ。
Grace, before you leave, you did pay for all the food, right? Cause I'm a little bit strapped for cash.
まあせいぜい頑張っていい記事を書かせてちょうだい。それじゃまたね。
Grace? Food?
我が道を行くって感じの人ね。でも彼女のおかげでかなり情報が揃ってきたわ。
ああ、マフィアの話が聞けたのはかなり大きな収穫だった。問題はどうしてマフィアが旧市街に介入してるのかだけど、これは難しいな。判断できる情報が少なすぎる。
警察のデータベースでも見た覚えはありません。セキュリティの高い場所に隠されてるみたいですね。
いわゆる機密情報ってやつか。
Well, can we not just ask our chief or the one douchebag above him about some extra information if it's classified?
彼らを取り巻く関係を考えるとその可能性は高そうね。
Oh yeah, if that's the case, then if we do ask and they are in the pocket of the mafia, then we might get a hit upon ourselves just to take us out of the way.
一度支援課に戻ってセルゲイ課長の判断を仰ごう。なんとか自力で解決したかったけどそうも言ってられないみたいだ。
そうね。
そんじゃとっとと戻っておっさんを捕まえるとすっか。
Alright, so we'll go back to the SSS and do a debriefing with Sergey. Do we want to go back to downtown to relay all this information to the two gangs? To maybe trigger some extra information, or maybe make them stop for the time being? I told the members to wait for my orders before they try anything. We'll postpone our actions for the day at the very least. Really? Thanks. Oh, don't get the wrong idea. I'm hardly doing this for your sake. We're just conserving our stamina while we can, so that we may bathe in the blood of those filthy vipers. Dude might be pretty on the outside, but damn, his personality is hideous. I don't think that triggered anything. Koki got done in by the testament. He stuck out his neck for me all the time. Those hooded freaks were hanging around our turf again, were they? I'll pay back each and every one of those testaments for what they did. Don't even think about getting in my way either, or I'll crush ya. I don't think they are willing to listen to reason. We need more information on that, especially some solid evidence, because hearsay, I don't think that's gonna persuade them from stopping this. Alright, so before heading back, let's check the Bracer Guild. And we're just gonna do this after every big case or event. Like if we have a few jobs and we're done with it, we go back to the Bracer Guild, see if they have anything for us to do. Because I think we need to probably get over a certain threshold that will make them see like, they are actually trying. Now let's see what they actually can do. Something like that. Oh, excuse me, Michelle? We came back like you asked us to. So what did you want us to show us? Well, there you are. How cute of you to come running like a group of puppies when I call it for you. Well, if I recall correctly, you mentioned you had some kind of plan to measure our competency, right? Well, you sure did recall correctly. If you're feeling up to the challenge, what do you say to taking a little test? Huh? Well, what kind of test is it exactly? Oh, it's nothing too complicated. I'll pick out 10 questions at random from our test bank we use in the written portion of the Bracer exam. That way I'll be able to know if you're at least as knowledgeable as a junior Bracer if you manage to get all 10 of them right. However, if you were to fail, there will be no place for us to operate in Crossbell, where some of the continent's greatest Bracers have gathered. Am I correct? Man, talk about putting on the pressure. So if we miss one question and we're gonna be labeled as a bunch of dumbasses, that's kind of a ordeal. Not at all. I'm just doing this to put you guys down. It's just not my style. So here's a tip for you. You can study the stuff that's gonna be on the exam over at the public library in the administrative district. Remember, I'm giving you this test to see if you actually be worth your salt when it comes to helping the citizens of Crossbell. So, are you guys up for the challenge? I am, but I would very much like to go to that library and catch up, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of information that we already know because of the other games we played, but I'm also pretty sure there's going to be some unique Crossbell ones. Sure, we'll give it a shot. Now, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yo, Lloyd, you're sure about this? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, honestly. We had a similar exam back at the academy. And besides, it's almost like I'm running away if I back out of it now. It wouldn't feel right. Oh, I understand what you mean, and I agree. Likewise. Hey, guess there's nothing more to say then, so let's do this. Oh, I like that feisty attitude. By the way, Lloyd, I get the impression that you're the leader of the group in a way. Want to take a crack at answering the questions on behalf of everyone else? Yeah, I'll do it. Ooh, I love that look in your eyes. Gives me the willies. Okay, boys and girls, let's get this party started. Wait. Does it mean I had to decline this quest in order to be able to study up on it? Uh-oh. I might have done a mistake. Oh well. Michelle's test started. Bracer Guild Receptionist Michelle test Bracer General Education Examination. And now the first question. This one will be a cute freebie to get you all warmed up. As we know, the Orbital Revolution brought forth the technical advancements of orbment to our continent. The question is, how many years ago did that occur? 50, cause I think we had the exact same question in Cold Steel. At least that's something that sticks with me. I'm pretty sure it happened about 50 years ago, right? Bingo, right you are, my friend. Don't let it get to your head though, that one was just a freebie. But really, it is crazy to think about how much orbital technology has advanced in the last few decades. Back when I was a little kid, I would have never imagined riding in something as fancy as an orbital car. Seemed like something straight out of some fairy tale. Phew, that's one hurdle down. 9 more to go. Anyway, on to the next question. Question numero 2. The driving force behind the orbital revolution was all thanks to one man's prototype orbment. This one, another gimme. But who's the creator of said orbment? Epstein? No, it's definitely Epstein. I think Russell is of course from Zeiss and Smith is of course from Cold Steel. They both came from Epstein. There's not... yeah, you know what I mean. C. Epstein, definitely. Oh, I know this one. It's Professor C. Epstein. Huzzah! You got the right answer. Did you guys know that people were skeptical of his invention at first? They probably just didn't see what the big deal was. But once people began to realize just how gosh darn useful they are, they quickly became an integral part of our daily lives. The Epstein Foundation has made great efforts towards the research and adaptation of orbital technology. That much is common knowledge. The orbital staff I use for combat also falls on the Foundation research efforts. Oh yeah, and Theo mentioned that she was employed by the Epstein Foundation. That was a close call. She probably would have given me quite a glare if I screwed that one up. Enough chit chat. Next question. We all know that quartz are the key component to any orbital device, right? And to synthesize quartz, you need sepith. And when I talk about sepith, what specific form of sepith am I referring to? Fragments? Right? I think this was something that we've had questions about in Trails in the Sky. Because I think quartz are actually septium crystals. And they are processed septium, so I think it's fragments, to be honest. I believe they're septium fragments. Oh, heck yeah, you got that right, buddy boy. Septium fragments are refined into quartz, which we then use in our orbital devices. Monsters are inherently attracted to septium, so they often end up munching on sepith. Defeating critters is an easy way to obtain sepith, so keep that info in your back pocket. So far so good. These questions are so far all common sense. Yeah, and I'm afraid it will not stay that way. It is time to prepare for question number 4. Oh, our good friend, the Erebonian Empire, lies to the west. Its important and overwhelming existence can be found by all of us Crossbellans. I imagine you've probably seen their emblem before. Can you recall what symbol of Erebonia is? Well, if they had put in a lion, I would have probably picked that one. But now we know it's the Golden Stallion, isn't it? Because this is the Brazier Guild. White Falcon, there's probably someone that uses that one as well, but I think it's the Golden Stallion, yeah. I believe it's the Golden Stallion, right? Oh, Michelle, really? I almost thought I was wrong. I could almost feel my muscles tensing up. Nay, is what I would say if you were wrong, but you're right. It's no secret that the pride of the Erebonian Empire lies in its unmatched military might. The Golden Stallion is a symbol of that power of theirs, and thus is one on the country's emblem. There was once an order of knights in Erebonia known as the Eisenritter. They were known for employing cavalry, so that may be why the Empire adopted the Golden Stallion as its emblem. Nice! I managed to get that one right somehow. Now for question 5. We're almost halfway through this little quiz, so hang in there. A nation known as the Culver Republic sits directly to the east of Crossbell, opposite of the Erebonian Empire. It is no exaggeration to say that Crossbell's entire history revolves around the long-term struggle for power between Erebonia and Kelvert. Now, your question is this. What is the name of the primary manufacturer of orbital and heavy weaponry for the Republic? Technically, I know we've heard this before, but I'm only having the right answer because I know this is from Arabonia because of Crossbell, and this is from Trails in the Sky on Liberal, so it has to be the Vern Company. Oh, this one's easy. It's the Vern Company. Vern, baby, Vern. That's exactly right. Calvert's Vern Company and Arabonia's Rivert Company are famous for the continent's two largest manufacturers of orbital weaponry. However, it's not fair to only discuss their weapons development. They are also responsible for making vehicles, appliances, and plenty of other nifty items. Phew, another question down. The lead-in for that one threw me off a little, so I'm glad I got it right. Looked like we made it a little past the halfway point now. You are giving it valiant effort. Nice job, fearless leader of ours. You keep this up and I'm sure you'll have no problems plowing through the rest of it. Don't give me pressure. It is hard enough as it is. You're doing great, Lloyd. I'm thoroughly impressed. Come on, guys. I don't think I've really been that impressive. It's all pretty common knowledge so far. Well, regardless of how well you're doing, you've still got 5 questions left, buckaroo. I think you've had enough time to warm up, so it's time to up the ante. I hope you're ready. So, shall we begin? Time for the 6th question. The catastrophic event known as the Great Collapse befell our continent a long time ago. This disaster resulted in the complete loss of civilization and fractured people into different factions that waged war on one another for many centuries to follow. This period was also known as the Dark Ages, was eventually ended by one such faction that rose triumphant. They organized themselves to bring about order and justice in Zemuria, allowing for the rebuilding of society to begin. You probably know who I'm talking about, right? No, but based on these 3 answers, there's only one in here that seems logical, and to me that is the Septian Church. So that's the only reason that they become that important, like the cornerstone of society. So yes, Septian Church? It was the Septian Church, wasn't it? Oh, it sure was. Good job paying attention in Sunday school. Around year 500 of the Septian calendar, the Septian Church emerged to spread the teachings of the sky goddess Aidios. Their intent was to provide aid to those in need. The church's influence grew powerful enough to establish themselves across Zemuria, so the nobles and knights who ruled during the Dark Ages could no longer ignore them. The effects of Aidios and her teachings can still be felt all across the continent to this day, as they are deeply rooted in our society. Okay, good work on that one, Lloyd. Anyway, on to lucky number 7. The headquarters of the Septian Church is located in a city-state known as the Holy City of Arteria. The Holy City of Arteria is made of various administrative organizations that handle specific tasks, giving it a state-like structure. Among these organizations is one that handles the church ceremonial rituals. Do you happen to know which organization I am referring to? No. I have absolutely no idea. Papal Guard? Never heard of it. The Congregation of the Sacraments? Sounds familiar. But wasn't that more related to the gang that Kevin was part of? And if that's the case, then the only ones left over would be the Congregation for the Divine Worship. This is pure me guessing, based on 1, Papal Guard that I've never heard fall anywhere. Sacraments, I think I've heard it through Trails in the Sky somewhere, but I don't know 100% certain. If I'm right, it has to be the Congregation of the Divine Worship, so let's just click it. Hey, you gotta guess sometime. Is it the Congregation of the Divine Worship? Bingo! Good job. That one was a tough cookie. Most priests found within the chapels and cathedrals across the continent are part of this branch of the church. There's actually a cathedral located outside of the northern exit of the city that I offer the occasional prayer at. The archbishop in charge there is also from the Congregation of the Divine Worship. Phew, That one was really tough. Yeah, it was really the toughest one we had so far, because I did not know the answer to that one. It could have been the Pebble Guard, and I would not even deny its authenticity, definitely. Can you feel the burn? We're almost there, on to the 8th question. As we all know, the Brazier Guild has branches all across the continent, but what I really want to know is, just where in Zemuria is its main headquarters located? Wasn't that the Le Mans state? I think I've read about that somewhere. But when I heard that question, the first name that popped up in my head is Le Mans. It's definitely not Crossbell State. 100% certain it's definitely not Crossbell. And Orad. It also sounds familiar. Huh. Or it was not the thing with Crow? No, I'm gonna go with Le Mans State because that's the first answer that popped up in my head. It's the Le Mans State, obviously. You're Le Mans, because you are. Our headquarters can be found in Le Mans State, along our biggest investors, the Epstein Foundation. In the event of a serious conflict, HQ can issue a direct order for all bracers to mobilize. I see. Time for the 9th question. Have you ever heard of that infamous thief that lives in Erebonia? It's a bit of a strange one. Phantom Thief B? He steals precious works of art and then sends out calling cards with riddles on how to retrieve them. Also, his identity is hidden behind a mask. Apparently people laud him as some kind of hero. Sounds a bit silly if you ask me though. Anyway, I got a little off track there. Do you know what name this bad boy likes to go by? ABC. No, it's Phantom Thief B, come on, he's a legend by now. I've actually heard about him before. Wasn't his name Phantom Thief B? Unbelievable, you got it right. Looks like you've done your foreign affairs homework. His infamy transcends the confines of Erebonia, as people across the continent have heard of his misdeeds. Nothing is safe from his grasp either. He's stolen anything ranging from rare paintings in museums to a whole frigging tank. Rumor has it he was recently running amok in Liberal, but who knows? Maybe you'll run into him sooner than you think. Yeah, I've definitely heard rumors. I'd like to avoid him if possible though. And then it's time for the 10th and final question. Erebonia and Calvert have been at each other's throats over the rightful ownership of Crossbell State for a while now. They wage war against each other time and time again, causing grief and bloodshed for many innocent civilians. The situation became so severe that it was brought to the attention of Liberals Queen Alicia. She proposed a treaty to end the conflict between the two nations. Do we need to mention the name of this treaty? The treaty was signed 2 years ago by the three nations, Liberal, Erebonia and Calvert. If you're truly Crossbellan, then the answer to this question should be a no-brainer, right? What was the name of the treaty signed by the three was it the non-aggression pact? Hindrance? No. These two could be it, but my head says the non-aggression pact straight away, so let it be so, because then I would have without any preparation done not too bad actually. Only one question that was really hard, the rest was actually doable, and I do think that counts because I do read up a lot of the books in between episodes when I'm playing. I think that helped a bit, and the fact that we are playing the games back to back, meaning that a lot of the things being asked is somewhere in the back of my head. But yeah, let's not praise myself yet until I know this question is right, because if it's the non-interference pact, my jaw's gonna drop onto my desk. You're referring to the non-aggression pact. Ah, and non-aggressive it was. That one should have been a gimme. The treaty was drafted with the intention of diffusing conflicts between any of the three nations via diplomacy, as opposed to war. Prior to the signing of the treaty, tensions were at an all-time high in Crossbell State. I'll spare you the most of the details, but both nations' armored divisions thought it appropriate to hold simultaneous military exercises at our borders. One single misstep could have been catastrophic consequences. I'm sure it would have triggered a full-scale war between the two of them. And so, Queen Alicia proposed this treaty as a means of preventing that from happening. We should all be extremely grateful to Liberal. They really saved our behinds. No way I was going to get that one wrong. Ah, it is finally over. I was having so much fun. Good job getting through that. Ah, thank Idols is finally over. And we did good. Why don't we take a look at your score then? Wowza, a perfect score. Your knowledge is in line with our junior bracers at least. Looks like you've got some potential in you after all. Well, that's a relief to know. Thank you very much. Wow, I didn't think he'd compliment me like that. Dude, I was on the edge of my seat the whole way through. I'm glad I can finally take a breather. Well, I'm surprised Lois managed to answer questions outside of his area of expertise too. Well, I think I will ask him to assist me with filling in missing information for a database. Aw guys, you're embarrassing me. Anyway, I have a little reward for you for getting all of those questions right. Ooh, a free Action 1. Those things are expensive, so getting an Action 1 early on? I would definitely not say no to that. Oh wow, are you sure we can have this? Yep, I didn't think you stood a snowball's chance in Gehenna of doing so well, so think of this as my apology for underestimating you. It is all yours now, sweetie. Take it. Well, if you say so, thanks a lot. This concludes our little quiz. Now that that's done, you guys better bust your humps and work hard, so us bracers can catch a breather every once in a while. Yes sir, we'll do everything we can. Does that mean that from now on we might be passed on a quest or two from the bracers? Good job with those tests, you guys. I think you've got a decent idea of your competency from that.
For an examination that simple?
It's precisely because it's simplicity, little girl. Well, keep at it, you guys. It'll be nice if you eventually grow into the kind of team who will at least be good enough to not get in our way. Yeah, but if we can be on good terms with the Bracer Guild, I think it will be very beneficial to us. Well, those requests really run the gamut. Odd jobs, weird jobs, and even some surprisingly big jobs too. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. The Bracers here are really dependable after all. Well, at some point, so will we. Alright. You know what? Before heading back into the SSL building, because I don't know what will happen if we go in there, I might want to fight a little bit in Geofront to get my CP back up to at least 100 with 1 or 2 people, just so that we're ready for it, and who knows, maybe a little bit extra step as well. So I think I'm going to leave the episode right here. Next time we're going to go into the SSS building and talk to our chief, see if he can help us along the way, maybe get some extra troops out there to stop the gangs from fighting, or giving us some extra information that we can use to stop the mafia at least, or at least get the information out there that will convince the 2 gang leaders that it's the mafia, it's not either one of you. Yeah, but that will be on next time. So until then, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue our investigation into the gangs of Crossbell. See you then. Bye bye.